Hi, Brianna. I hope you're doing well today, and thanks for requesting your free Google ranking audit. I think you requested your free Google ranking audit about it was like start of this week or end of last week. So essentially, obviously, I did try reaching out to you when you filled out the form. I tried, reaching out to see if you were available for a call sometime to discuss your Google rankings, but I couldn't reach you. So I'm just going to put together this quick 10-minute video that explains what I would be explaining over the call instead. So essentially, I took a look at your website, your Google business profile, your Google rankings, who's beating you. So in this video, I'm going to outline where you're currently ranking on Google when people are searching up for your key search terms like jewelry designer in Port Macquarie, for example. I'm going to outline who's beating you, so who your main competitors are. I'll give you 3 actionable steps that you can take today that will improve your rankings. And then I'll also explain at the end of the video how we can help you and how we do this for local companies all across Australia. So let's get right into it. Now, before I get into all the nitty-gritty stuff, I just want to explain our guarantee. So for all of the businesses that we work with, we guarantee to get your business ranked in the top 3 on Google Maps for your local city or your local suburb within 90 days, or we just keep working for free. All right. And the reason why it's so important to rank in the top 3 in Google Maps is because the top 3 always get paid. The top 3 get 75% plus of your potential customers. That's where all the calls are happening, all the inquiries are happening, and where all the money is made, essentially, right? And the reason for that is because if I was a potential customer of yours and I was searching up jewelry designer in Port Macquarie, or if I was located in Port Macquarie and I searched up jewelry designer near me, for example, then Google Maps always shows me the top 3 Google Maps results. Now, this is called the Google Map Pack, right? So obviously, I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory as to why it's so important to be in the top 3 in this Google Map Pack, because that's obviously the first 3 that show up. And they're more inclined to get the calls, get the inquiries. 1, they're just ranked at the top and it's convenient. And 2, it just boosts trust and obviously shows that they're doing something right. Okay. So that's why it's so important to rank in the top 3. So by you not being in the top 3, you're missing out on essentially 75% of your potential organic customers that you could be getting. Right. So that's just free traffic right there. You don't need to spend money on ads to be there. That's just free organic traffic. So currently, when I search up jewelry designer in Port Macquarie, you've got your 3 main competitors, which is D&D Designer Jewelers, Jewelry Design by Michelle, and then Jason Moss Jewelry Design. All right, and then under that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're currently ranked 11th on Google Maps. So you're still on the first page, which is good because obviously every single page on Google Maps has 20 listings, but it doesn't really matter too much. You ideally want to be in that top 3. So now that you know the importance of ranking the top 3 and you know who your main competitors are, I'm going to show you something else real quick. So I generated this quick heat map. So this heat map shows you your rankings in these different locations when people are searching up for jewelry designer near me. So I've used the key search term jewelry designer near me. So essentially, this is just showing your rankings for that key search term in these different locations on Google Maps. So the distance between each of these circles that you see on this grid is about 2.5 kilometers. So for example, if I was located over here on this green dot and I searched up jewelry designer near me, you'd obviously be ranked number 1. So that's good because I'm assuming that's where your business is located in. But then if you start, expanding out, you start broadening out, you go over here and then you search up the same thing, then you're ranked now number 6. So you see how soon and how sudden your rankings drop off when you broaden out a little bit. So ideally, you want this entire grid or your entire service location to be in that top 3. So that's what we would help you to do. All right. So now that you know where you're ranking, you know what the importance is, like why it's so important to ranking in the top 3. I'm going to outline 3 actionable steps that you can take today. Super simple stuff. That's not necessarily going to guarantee to get you ranking in the top 3 straight away, but it will guarantee to improve your rankings at least a little bit. Right. So the first thing that I noticed, and a big thing that really stood out to me, was the fact that your website and your Google business profile were not matching, like they were not correlated whatsoever. So it was actually different type, info, right? So on your website, if I scroll down, I see that you've got your location here, right? So you've got Noya Studios. Okay, that's fine. But okay, so you've got your Google, this is your Google business profile by Brana. But then you've also got on your website, you don't have that Google business profile connected. You've got Noya Studios connected instead. Now, I'm not sure if this was intentional or if there's a reason behind this, but please let me know, because if you've got a separate Google business profile, I'm assuming you're wanting to rank this one right here. But if that's changed, if you're wanting to rank Noya Studios instead, then let me know. But ideally, you want to be having your Google business profile that you're trying to rank higher for connected onto your website. So instead of having Noia Studios, you want to make sure that you have the by Brana one instead of the Noia Studio one. So that just simply by changing this link, because obviously the location is exactly the same by the look of things. Let me just double check. Yeah, so location is exactly the same. So just by changing this link from Noia Studios to your actual Google business profile, that's going to improve your Google rankings so much, because if you're showing mixed signals between your Google business profile and your website, then that's just going to hinder your results so much. All right, so that's step number one. Step number two is simply getting more Google reviews. So I noticed that you don't have any Google reviews right now. I noticed Noia Studio does. They've got 4.8 star average and they've got 77, which is pretty good. But you want to make sure that you're getting them on your own Google business profile. So if you're trying to rank this business profile at the top, then you want to make sure that you're trying to optimize getting Google reviews on this Google business profile, all right? So that's step number two. Now, step number three would be simply making sure that your website header 1 and header 2 is more SEO optimized. And what I mean by that is making sure that you're including more keywords and key location words in your header 1 and header 2. So instead of just having this, like permanence, as your header 1, like I don't even know what that means, right? But instead of having permanence as your header 1, you would have, something that includes your key location term as well as your key service terms. So you would have, what would you have? Jewelry designer in Port Macquarie. Something super simple like that. Or, Port Macquarie's most trusted jewelry designer. Something like that, where you're including your key location term, which is Port Macquarie, and then your key search term, which is jewelry designer. And then your header 2 it's not bad. Permanence by Brana is an intentional jewelry experience, a fine chain measured and welded to you, but it's not really giving me any signals. It's not giving me any location signals, no trust signals, and no key service terms, right? So instead of having this, you want to make sure that you're including, again, your location terms, so Port Macquarie, your search terms like jewelry design, and then also, trust factor. So it could be something like, jewelry designer trusted by locals across Port Macquarie, or something super simple like that, where you're including all those factors, right? So that's 3 super simple steps that you can take today that I can definitely tell you will definitely improve your Google rankings quite rapidly. So by improving your header 1, your header 2, and then also getting more Google reviews, and then making sure that your Google business profile is correctly matching your website, just by doing that, that's going to definitely improve your rankings. Now, obviously, there's a lot more things that go into play when it comes to guaranteeing to get businesses ranked in the top 3 in Google Maps within 90 days. But essentially, the way we do that is we optimize 3 things. We optimize your Google business profile, your on-page website SEO, and then the backlinks and citations. So with the backlinks, we get your business registered on things like Yellow Pages, local search, Apple Maps, Bing Maps, Google Assistant, Siri, and a bunch of other different things like that. And by doing those 3 things, that's how we can guarantee to get your business ranked in the top 3 on Google Maps when people are searching up for your services in the nearby locations, right? So in your instance, it would be ranking in the top 3 when people are searching up jewelry designer in Port Macquarie. And that's obviously going to increase the amount of calls and inquiries and customers and, obviously money generated every single month for you. So we do charge a service fee for this. Obviously, we have 2 different pricing payment plans for this. Our first option is $397 per month for the 3 months. So it ends up being about just under $1,200 for the entire 90-day period. And then we also have, if you want to pay the entire thing up front, we have $997 up front, and that'll cover the entire 90-day period. So it ends up being about $200 cheaper. So if this does interest you, let me know. I look forward to hearing back from you. And even if it doesn't interest you, that's totally fine. But please let me know if you found this video helpful. I hope you did find it helpful. And if you would be kind enough, feel free to leave us a quick Google review on our Google business profile. That would mean a lot to us. And I look forward to hearing back from you. Cheers.